Hello, this is my audio-visual presentation, sir. I'm Christian Janice Pasqua from BSIT 1H. Network. What is networking? Networking is a branch of information technology that is one of the fastest growing segments of the industry. It entails the creation, use, and maintenance of computer networks, including hardware, software, and protocols, in order for many computing devices to communicate data. What is the purpose of networking? At one time, file and data sharing. At one time, file sharing consisted mostly of saving documents to floppy disks that could be physically transferred to other computers by hand. With networking, however, files can be shared instantaneously across the network, whether with one user or with hundreds. Resource sharing allows the sharing of network resources such as printers, dedicated servers, backup systems, input devices, and internet connection. By sharing resources, unique equipment like scanners, color printers, or high-speed copiers can be made available to all networks users simultaneously without being relocated, eliminating the need for expensive redundancies. What's more, specific shared resources can be targeted to documents or results directly to the office or department that needs them. Data protection and redundancy. Networking computers together allows users to distribute copies of important information across multiple locations, ensuring essential information isn't lost with the failure of any one computer in the network. By utilizing central backup systems, both on and off-site, unique documents and data can be gathered automatically from every computer in the network and securely back up in a case of physical computer damage or accidental deletion. Ease of Ease of administration. Information technology officers and computer network administrators love network systems because they allow the IT professional to maintain uniform versions of software, protocols, and security measures across hundreds or thousands of individual computers from one IT management station. Internal communications allows organization to maintain complex internal communication systems. Network email can be in- instantaneously delivered to all users. Voicemail systems can be hosted via network and made available system-wide, and collaborative scheduling software and program management tools allows employees to coordinate meetings and work activities that maximize effectiveness, while also notifying managers and coworkers of plan and progress. Distributing computing power. Organizations that demand extraordinary computing power benefit from computer networking by distributing computational tasks across multiple computers throughout the network, being complex problems into hundreds or thousands of smaller operations, which are then parceled out to the individual computers. Each computer in the network performs its operations on its own portion of the larger problem and returns its results to the controller, which gathers the results and makes conclusions no computer could accomplish on its own. List of networking devices. Bridge. A device that can forward information and is supported by a physical address is called a bridge. In technical terms, packets are filtered and forwarded by physical address through a bridge. Hub. A network segment is formed by attaching network cables to a connectivity device, and this connectivity device is called a hub. Hubs generally don't filter information. However, instead, they could they could duck incoming information frames or packets to any or all the elements. Nowadays, a central switch or hub is used by all the networks to which computers are connected. Types of hub: active hub. They can boost the relay and clean the signals on the. They don't need power from the outside as they have there. They serve each as a repeater further as a wiring center. It helps to extend the maximum distance between them. Passive bulb. They collect wiring from the. An active bulb is the source of power supply too. They they do not help to extend the distance between. Switch. The switch is designed in such a way that it can boost its productivity. It is designed with the buffer. It is a multi-port bridge device. It forwards data, but before doing that, it checks error. This makes it more efficient and improves its performance as it forwards the good and efficient packet to the correct port only, which doesn't have errors. It simply is a better version of a hub. As with the hub, which with a switch also, the computer device is connected through one line, but the switch works smartly about where it sends the data that is coming through one of its ports. Router. Data can be forwarded and filtered based on a logical address by using a connective device called a router. The IP address would be used in the case of TCP or IP networks. They play a major role in a large TCP or IP network. And in reality, TCP or IP routing protocols and network routers have helped the internet to become as huge as it's today. They control traffic and keep the network productive. Modem. A modem is somewhat an additional attention-grabbing network device in our lifestyle. Thus, if you have got notice around, you get an internet connection through a wire different to your house. This wire is employed to hold our internet data outside of the internet world. However, binary data in varieties of zeros and ones is generated by our computer, and on the opposite end, an analog signal is carried by a wire, and that's where a modem comes in. A modem works as a modulator and demodulator, but that is, it modulates and demodulates the signal between the binary data or digital data of a computer and therefore the analog signal of a telephone line. Repeater, a device that, on receiving the signals, amplifies it is called a repeater. In other words, it can be said that a repeater is a device that, on receiving a signal, retransmit it at a higher level so that the signal can cover longer distance. Gateway. By the name only, we can get the meaning of it. It is a passage between the networks, and it connects them so that this connection then works upon completely different networking protocols. They primarily work as the middleman who takes information from the system, translates it, and then transfers it to a different system. They are also referred to as a protocol converters that may be operated at different networking layers. They are usually additionally complicated than switch and router. Terms related to Internet. Domain. While every computer has its own unique address, every user using the Internet has a unique address called a domain. A domain recognizes one or more IP address. Browser. A piece of A piece of software such as Mozilla Firefox and Internet Explorer that allows a computer to access and display documents, view pictures, hear sound, and view video clips from the World Wide Web. Email. Mail that electronically transmitted by your computer. As opposed to snail mail, email sends your message instantaneously anywhere in the world. It has the capability to send message at any time and to anyone. File Transfer Protocol or FTP. The standard method for downloading and uploading files over the internet. With FTP, you can log into a server and transfer files, meaning you can send or receive files. Yeah, boy. Homepage. The first page that is viewed when the browser starts. It is also the page of of a website that provides the introduction or content with links. Hypertext Protocol or HTTP. The abbreviation for Hypertext Transfer Protocol. It is the set of rules by which web pages are transferred across the internet. Internet Protocol or IP address. The internet is composed of local, regional, and national and worldwide computer networks. Each computer on the internet can be identified by a set of unique numbers that is called an Internet Protocol IP address. Link or hypertext link. An underlined word or words, phrases, or graphics on a web page that transports the reader to additional or related information on the internet. Telnet. A terminal emulation protocol used to connect a computer to a remote host or a server. Telnet is one of the oldest internet activities and is primarily used to access online databases or to read articles stored on university servers. Universal Resources Locator or URL. An addressing scheme that is used on the internet to locate resources and or services on the World Wide Web. Basically, the URL is the address of a computer file that has been put on a computer server to access the internet. Web page. A single hypertext file or a page that is part of a website. Collection of World Wide Web page or files. Concept of Internet Technologies. Internet technologies is a technical field that covers the necessary skills to develop applications on the internet or internet-based systems harnessing e-commerce, cloud, mobile, and web-based technologies. How computers are connected to the internet. Using the internet, computers connect and communicate with one another primarily using the TCP or IP, Transmission Control Protocol or Internet Protocol. Think of TCP or IP as a book of rules, a step-by-step guide that each computer uses to know how to talk to another computer. This book of rules dictates what each computer must do to transmit data, when to transmit data, how to transmit that data. It also states how to receive data in the same manner. If the rules are not followed, the computer can connect another computer nor send and receive data between other computers. To connect to the internet and other computers on a network, a computer must have a NIC, network interface card installed. A network cable plug into the NIC on one end and plug into a cable modem, DSL modem, router, or switch can allow a computer to access the internet and connect to other computers. World Wide Web. How to create the World Wide Web. There are three main ingredients that make up the World Wide Web. URL, Uniform Resources Locator, which is the addressing scheme to find the document. HTTP, Hypertext Transfer Protocol, which connects computers together, and HTML, Hypertext Markup Language, which formats page containing hypertext links. How to use the World Wide Web? How to get to World Wide Web? Users access the World Wide Web facilities via a client called a browser, which provide transparent access to the World Wide Web servers. If a local World Wide Web client is not available on your computer, you may use a client at a remote site. This can be an easy way to start using a World Wide Web. Internet etiquette. Make real people a priority. Nothing is more irritating than trying to have a conversation with someone who is engrossed in their phone or computer. If someone is in the room with you, stop what you are doing and look at them. Don't answer your cell phone unless it is to tell the person on the other end that you will call them right back. This is doubly true if the person you are with is your date partner or child. Constantly checking your email, voicemail, or Facebook while you are with them gives them the message that you don't care about them. And it is extremely annoying to be with someone who is having a conversation that you are not part of. This is also true of public places such as restaurants, public transit, stores, elevators, and libraries. Avoid taking phone calls and having conversation in the shared spaces. Use respectful language. Name calling, cursing, expressing deliberately offensive opinions. If you if you wouldn't do it to the face of anyone who might conceivably see what you write, don't write it. This goes for any social media site, forum, chat room, or email message. Even if you think it can be traced back to, it can. It can. Share with discretion. Avoid sending naked sex pictures, drug use pictures, or unedited home video. If you would have a problem with your boss, your parents, or your kids seeing it now, or at any point in the future, don't post it online. Don't exclude others. If you have an in-joke to share with one other person or a small number of people in a larger online group, send them a private message. Don't make anyone else feel left out by posting an obscure comment to your Facebook forum or Instagram story. The same goes for laughing at texted or email jokes when you are in the presence of others. If you don't want to share the joke, save it for later. Choose friends wisely. It is insulting to be dropped from someone's friend list on social media site. So, think about it before sending a friend request or accepting an invitation. If you don't want to be in touch with someone, don't add them in the first place. If you want to stay in touch with the correct professional reasons to tell them you only use Facebook for close personal friendship. Then join LinkedIn or other professional networking site for more distant contacts. Don't email large files. You might think that sequence of nature pictures with inspirational statements is wonderfully moving. It might even give you a sense of serenity. But that is the last thing it will give the person you email it to if it crashes their server or depletes their inbox quota. Post large files to your own space and send people a link. Don't attach it to an email. Respect people's privacy. Don't forward information sent to you without checking with the original sender first. Use BCC carbon copy rather than CC carbon copy. If you are sending something out to more than one person, you might think that we are all friends online, but your friends may not want their names and or email addresses publicized to people they do not even know. Pass check before reposting. Don't forget that many viruses are circulated via chain letters and invitations to send some seemingly pertinent piece of information to 10 of your friends or everyone in your address book. So don't be naive. Forwarding that message will not bring you good luck, just bad karma. Bitch. Respond to email promptly. By all means, ignore and delete spam, unsolicited messages, and crazy stuff. But if you have given someone your email address, or if you are in a position where people could reasonably be expected to contact you by email and your email address is public, have the courtesy to reply to their message within a few days. If it is going to take longer to reply, email them and tell them that, yo, update online information. Don't leave inaccurate information online just because you can't be bothered to update your website. If you are going to be unavailable, for example, don't leave your hours of operation online indicating you will be available. If you can keep your website up to date, take it down. A word from very well. It is easy to lose your sense of what is going on around you when you are using technology, but engaging directly with others is more important than ever. Don't forget the positive impact you can make by putting down your phone and having a real face-to-face conversation. How how to download and upload a variety of resources from the internet. Downloading. Usually, when you download a file, you will start the download by clicking a link to that file. Often we will download the file and load it immediately in the specified program. Save file will download it and save it to your hard drive. Either way, once you click OK, the download begins. Your browser will indicate the progress and time remaining on the download. Once the download is completed, either the file will be saved to your computer or it will open in the program you selected. If you have trouble finding the file after you downloaded it, uploading. If a site allows uploads, it it will have an upload utility to help perform the file transfer. Each site handles this process differently, but will give some common examples. Usually, the site will have help pages to walk you through the upload process. Many sites have an upload button that opens a dialog box. For example, Facebook Facebook has a camera icon that begins the upload process. A dialog box will appear, prompting you to select a file. Browse to the location where your file is stored. Select it, then click the open button. Afterward, a progress bar tracking the upload process will appear on the page. Some sites support a drag and drop interface. For example, when you log into Dropbox, you can drag the files from a folder on your computer and drop them into the browser window. This is the end of my presentation. Thank you, sir.